What is up, everybody? Welcome to another video, and in this one we're going to be going over how to master your sales calls so that you can be converting more clients. Now, this is something that a lot of people are panicked about and worry about, is these sales calls, and they can be scary, especially when you're first trying them out, when your first couple sales calls. But don't worry, use this 3-step process that we're about to go over right now, and you're really going to see the breakdown of how sales calls really aren't that intimidating. So, the 3-step formula. Break your sales call down into these 3 steps. Write it down, have it on your screen, have a post-it note of the 3 steps, and that is going to keep you organized, and that is going to actually improve the quality of your sales calls. Show that you're in control, show that you're not nervous, because that would scare prospects away really quick. And everything's going to be organized. You're going to see right now why it's so beneficial. So why use the 3-step formula? It makes sales calls less stressful. When you break it down, you're actually going to see that you're going to have some structure. So you're not going to be panicked. You're not going to be winging it. It helps you get straight to the point of the actual sales. It shows the prospect that you have a plan and you aren't winging it, like I just said, which obviously shows you as credible and as an authority. And it fixes the common mistakes that a lot of beginners make on sales calls. So what are these common mistakes? Let's go over them. Lack of preparation. People just wing it, like I said. They're not prepared. They don't use a script. And when you use a script, you don't want to make it seem like you use a script. So you don't want to use a script, but you want to use an outline. So this will help you be more prepared and ready for each one of your sales calls. They talk too much. You start doing casual talk right when you're on, get to know the person. You start telling them about your business, what you're doing, how you got started, how long you've been doing it for. You start talking about your offer, how it could help, every little aspect of your offer, every feature, every benefit. You don't actively listen, so it's just you talking most of the time, trying to sell this person instead of listening to what they need. You overcome objections either too early in the process or just right off the bat. You're thinking of, before they even object, you're trying to overcome the objection just because you're expecting that it's going to come. And you lack a clear call to action, so you don't actually know how to close the sale and how to move to the next step. And I've seen these a lot. I've made these in the past, and I have very vivid memories of me just completely butchering this 3-step formula and not doing it. So it's super important to stick to it. So, the 3-step process, if followed correctly, will fix all those mistakes. And you're going to be able to have a much higher conversion rate, close a lot more clients, and just grow your business a lot easier. So, step 1 of the 3-step process, discovery and understanding. You don't want to talk. We already went over the common mistakes. You don't want to do the talking. You want to be actively listening. So all you have to do is just have questions that you know you're going to need to ask, right? The common mistake people make is they say hi, ask about the person, get back and forth, then start pitching and explaining what they're doing, what their business is, what they're selling, and you don't even know what the person needs. You don't know where they're at in business. You don't know anything about them. So you need to discover and understand their business before you even say anything. Now, you could think of it like a spotlight. This comes from a book I read, How to Talk to Anyone by Lael Louds, something like that. Swivel the spotlight. So when you're having a conversation with someone, picture a spotlight. Picture a spotlight pointing on the person who is talking. So when you're talking, the spotlight's on you. When they're talking, the spotlight's on them. The goal is to have the spotlight on them as much as you can. So very concisely ask your question, and then be quiet and have them answer it. Then when they're done talking and they've finished answering, you have your next question or follow-up question. Or if they say a pain point and you want to dig deeper into that, then ask more about that. Ask them to explain themselves. But you should have 1 to 2 sentences max when you're in this stage. So tell them how the sales call is going to go. Go straight into the question. So when you meet, hey, how's it going? Nice to meet you. Boom, boom, boom. Quick, just like that, intro. And then say, all right, so this is how these calls usually go. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, see if your problems if I can even help your problems. If I feel like I can help your problems, then you're going to ask me any questions. Boom, so that's it. And then you ask question 1. So off the bat, tell them, this is how this is going to go. I'm going to ask you questions, and then you can ask me whatever questions you have. Now, this is still step 1. So yeah, you're going to want to understand their current position, their pain points, their goals, and their roadblocks. That's what you're trying to figure out. So understand, depending on what your offer is, going to be different questions. But figure out how much they're making monthly, how much they want to be making monthly, things that are stopping them from making that much, things they may have tried in the past that either worked or didn't work. And then identify their unique challenges. And then when you tell them your pitch, you're going to tailor it to the unique challenges that they've said. So whether it's, they want to increase revenue, decrease expenses, save time, whatever it is, that's what you're going to use in your pitch. Now, step number 2, presentation and solution. This is where you're going to tell them your pitch. So first, you're going to ask them a bunch of questions. Ask them all these questions, then say, okay, I think that I can definitely help you solve your problem. Well, don't say I think, actually. Just tell them you can definitely help solve their problem. So ask them questions, and then once you're done with your questions, say, okay, I could definitely help you solve their problem. If you can. If you can't help them solve their problem, just tell them it's not a good fit. But if you're targeting the right leads, you're going to be able to help them solve their problems. So say, I could help solve your problem. This is what I offer. I offer boom, 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 whatever it is. Explain what you offer and how it solves their problem. So you relate it back. Always relate it back to the problem they're solving, how it could help them either overcome a roadblock, fix a problem, reach a certain goal or a certain dream state, whatever it is, whatever their pain point is. And then once you finish the pitch, just stop talking and wait for them to respond. So once you're done, just boom, cut it off. Make it awkward. You're going to have some awkward silence. Just sit there, wait, make it awkward, and then they're going to say something. They're either going to ask a question or, something. And that's again, you want them to talk. So most likely they'll ask a question about your offer. This is the point where you start answering all of their questions. Now, this isn't objection handling. This is just answering questions, right? They might throw some objections in there, but objections usually come after you tell them the price. When they say, all right, well, I got to think about it, or I need more time, or whatever it is. But here they're mostly going to be asking questions to figure out more about your offer, your credibility, your authority, your expertise, stuff like that. And then here's when objection handling comes. So they've asked all their questions. Now it's time to close them. So you're going to tell them the price of your offer. Once you tell them the price, stop talking. Then they're going to come at you with some objections. Now they may say, I need to think about it. But the truth is they don't really need to think about it. They have concerns, which is what they're going to think about. So you need to figure out what the true objection is. So if they say, I need to think about it, ask them, what exactly do you need to think about? If they say it's the price, say, is the price the only thing holding you back from taking the step? And then if they say yes, then you can figure that out. If they say, well, it's also boom, 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 then you're figuring out what the true objection is. It's going to be one of these two, most likely. It's either they don't see the value in your offer, or they don't believe the value of your offer. So either they don't see it, they don't think that it's valuable to them, or they think it's valuable to them, but they don't believe it's real. Right? So it's like if I were to offer you $1 million to run a marathon, and if you were saying no, it would either be because you don't think that running a marathon is worth $1 million, or because you don't believe I'll actually give you $1 million if you run a marathon. So it's one of those two, most of the time. Now, sometimes they really don't have money, but you're working with businesses, so that's probably not the case. In other instances, that could be the case if you're selling to consumers, but it's one of those two. So always refer back to their pain points. Whenever you figure out their true objection, refer back to the pain that they have or the goal. There may be some people that really don't see the value in your offer, and you could never show them how valuable your offer is. Or there's some people that don't believe your offer can truly help, or don't believe it's real, and you're not going to be able to, no matter what you do, they're not going to believe it. But majority, if you refer back to their pain points and their roadblocks, and you can truly, that's the selling part, convince them that your offer is valuable to them and it's real. And finally, if you've done everything correct, then send over your Stripe link or your PayPal and collect a payment. Deal done. That's how you do it. That's the 3-step process. So let's go back. Step 1, discovery and understanding. Don't talk, ask questions. Step 2, present and solution. Tell them your offer and how it solves their problem. And then they're going to ask questions to you. And closing the deal. Tell them the price, handle the objections, collect the payment. It's that simple, guys. Write that down. I hope you took notes. It's that simple. Break it down like that. Then once you have it broken down, all you need to do is write down the questions that you're probably going to have to ask and write down a summary of your pitch so that you have points that you're making sure to say everything about your offer that you want. And then that's it. You could also write some common objections you might make and study the answers to them. But it's that simple. So I hope you guys got some value out of this. Plug in my Discord. Join my Discord community. If you're an AI automation agency owner, definitely get in there. It's a community of AI automation agency owners that share their tips and experiences, and you could definitely learn something from it. I have a lot of great things planned, some exclusive resources that are going to be coming soon, and just a ton of stuff. We're going to be doing some really cool stuff on there. So definitely join, and it's the first link in the description. Thank you guys again for watching, and until next time, peace.